which this is 3 armor, motorized infantry, heavy anti-aircraft, tank destroyers, field artillery medium, probably because it moves faster and has more, has the highest fuel consumption. So it's got the trucks and Division HQ, which means there's one thing left in here.
That's funny. King Stubbers just goes, I've had it with people bitching about why do bombs not fall in space when 10 seconds before that someone fell off the ladder in space.
Do what now? I'm sorry?
He's saying, why are people bitching about the bombs but nobody's bitching about the person who fell down the ladder in the bomb bay in space like she was in normal Earth gravity. It's very true. What does Bob think of Star Trek Discovery? Oh, don't get me started on that crap.
I have a whole series of articles on my website that's dedicated to talking about how shitty Star Trek Discovery is.
Check it out at BundeswehrBob.com.
That's right. I mean, what I did was I did play-by-plays is what I decided to do, because I watched the first, like, 2-parter, and I watched the second episode, and I had a feeling this was heading in a direction where it was going to be, like, bad and not Star Trek, so I decided to start doing these play-by-plays. So what I did was I watched the episode, as I'm watching it, I'm essentially taking notes.
That's what I was going to ask. You're just sitting there with a yellow legal pad?
Well, I just had the new post thing open on my website, and it was just like, as we were going, it was just like, yep, here's the thing, this doesn't make sense, they didn't have this technology yet, this is a really badly constructed plot device, all things like that I was putting in there, so which, yeah, Discovery doesn't make any sense at all. Even, here's the thing, like, there is bad Star Trek that does make okay TV.
Oh, yeah, I can agree with that.
That totally exists. Star Trek Discovery doesn't fulfill either box. It's not good TV, and it's not good Star Trek. Like,
it just fails across the board.
It does.
Honestly, I stopped watching after the pilot episodes because, like, they spent all this time establishing all these characters, and then we're just like, all those people you don't know in this, they're gone. And I was like, okay, I'm fucking done. It's like, I just wasted hours of my life learning all this stuff, and you're just like, yeah, that don't fucking matter. Why? Woo. Because they don't.
Do I hate the spore drive? Aside from its bullshit science, which Star Trek already has some bullshit science in it already anyway.
It looks stupid.
That, the way that it was handled entirely in the series doesn't make any sense at all with how a warp drive works.
Can you explain to me what it is? Because all I saw was the promotional material of just the stupid-looking ship spinning weirdly and appearing in other places.
All right, so here's Spore Drive 101. So did you know that there's a mycelium spore network that attaches all things in the universe together into a single unified network?
I think you're pronouncing midichlorians incorrectly there, Bob.
It's mycelium. This is Star Trek. We're not talking Star Wars. So essentially they found like mushroom fungus that was like spread throughout the universe that they somehow figured out you could travel along this network. Is like the rough gist of it.
That sounds really dumb.
Now, to clarify, this series takes place before the original series, which is like Kirk and Spock, that everyone knows from like cult pop history and all that stuff, right? So the idea of the warp drive is absolutely obsolete with this spore drive thing they've got, because essentially you disappear from one place and appear in another almost instantaneously. Like this is quantum entanglement type shit here, is what this is essentially, is what they're putting forward on this. Which, it's like, it's Star Trek, that like they got science fiction, they do stuff like that constantly anyway. And I probably would have been okay with the spore drive if they come up with a good reason why it was never seen or used ever again in a Star Trek series.
Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours of Star Trek where it's never mentioned ever.
So how is it handled by Starfleet? Oh, we're never gonna let anybody use it. We're gonna keep it top secret. It's like, are you serious? No one's gonna be able to figure this out too? Your Mirror Universe counterparts figured it out. And that was like the whole like plot device of like the.
I fucking hate the Mirror Universe. Oh god.
They go to the Mirror Universe for like the last 4 episodes in season 1. So here's the thing. Season 1 is only like 13 or 14 episodes. I think it's 13 episodes long. And there's enough material there to easily fill like 3 or 4 seasons of any other Star Trek series, given how much stuff they go over. It was absolutely fucking ridiculous how much stuff was covered. I mean, Star Trek Discovery seems to me like somebody or a series of writers wrote their pieces of fan fiction for Star Trek, and then it all got culminated into a single Star Trek season, and it just doesn't fit very well.
I like how in that I could hear the Bob mashing them together in the background.
Well, that was my hands right there next to the mic, because that's what it was. It's just, I mean, some people like it, that's fine, if they like it, but like just know those people that do like Discovery, this makes no sense with the rest of Star Trek, and is also a bad TV show.
I basically checked out when the opening plot was, here's this character who is basically just female Spock. She spent her entire life learning how to be.
Oh, that was Enterprise.
Female Spock. And
why can I not build this armor unit?
You might not have a prerequisite tech or something. And then it's like, she has suppressed all of her emotions. She is basically a Vulcan in human form. She's suppressed all of her emotions. And then she's like, you know what I'm going to fucking do? I'm going to be so enraged that I murder this Klingon and start an international war. What? It's like, oh, okay, you just told me that she spent her entire life basically learning to be a Vulcan and suppress her emotions. And then in an instant when it counts, she just forgot all that shit. Whatever.
Is there a way to see what prerequisite text I'm missing somewhere from the production screen?
If you hover over the tech, it should say what you're missing. What one are we talking about?
Well, I'm looking at, like, the Panzer Early, for instance. So it's, like, light armor, motorized infantry, tank. Maybe I'm missing tank destroyers.
Oh, are you talking about a division
that
template?
Yeah, my division composition. Like, it's not allowing me to produce something here.
If it's grayed out and you can't produce it, it means you don't have the technology to build something in there.
So how do I tell what that is?
Oh, wild guesstimation.
Well, my guess is it's the Armored Recon, so... Yep, that was the Armored Recon.
Hey, I'm highly popular. Logan Shock, thanks for the follow. People are like, we're not watching Hearts of Iron 3, it's the Ben and Bob podcast with Hearts of Iron in the background.
Well, I don't know what people are fucking expecting when we play together.
I know, that's generally what happens every time we do anything. Oops, that was a mistake. That's what we do.
So what am I... Weaver is killed. Who's Weaver? The Ural bomber was a program to develop a long-range bomber for the Luftwaffe.
Ural was an aircraft designer who was basically in charge of four-engine long-range bomber. And it's asking...
Oh yeah, we're gonna continue that, absolutely.
Yeah. And it's always entertaining.
Heavy, tank destroyers, field trim, medium.
I think what it all comes down to was that time that me and Bob played Civ 6. And got so bored about 9 hours in that we just started talking about other games we'd rather be playing.
Oh my god, that was such a boring game.
Unit B.
What do I hate about Discovery the most? God, one single thing? Is that all I'm allowed?
I got people going, God Brick. Oh, Bob. When you
that's where the God Brick came from.
Yeah, when you get partnered on Twitch, your first custom emoji has to be the God Brick.
It already is.
Oh, you already have a custom emojis on Twitch?
Well, you get one.
Oh, I didn't.
From the start.
I'm sorry, I forgot about that.
Yeah, I've already. And God Brick was the first one I put in there.
Okay, good. Good.
That's already there. We've got that taken care of.
That's a thing. That's a thing. God Brick's a thing. It's okay.
Okay, well, I'm going to then produce some combat or armor divisions here, which is a light armor. So, and I can't do the armored recon unit, unfortunately. So I guess I'm stuck with the motorized one.
Motorized infantry are really important.
I'm going to take out the field artillery and put in the medium, since that moves faster, I think, right? Let's see here, field medium, 5. I don't know, that's still really slow.
Eat a bag a day. Eat a bag a day.
Remember, Ben, we're with Ethiopia. Thank you, King. Every once in a while I remember that, and I'm like, oh, right, tell troops to do things in Ethiopia.
This is why you lost the war.
No, hey, ho.
You don't remember that you're fighting.
The last war that me and you fought together, we lost because you got your ass handed to you by Stalin.
Well, yeah, because he had like 1,800 times the strength of any single German soldier.
Hey, and I was desperately holding off millions of Soviet troops in Siberia.
He can jump over whole Reichs in a single bound. Okay, that's how it's the man of steel over there.
My community has rewritten basically the entire history of that series so that we lost that war because of me.
That's not true at all. I mean, there are a few things that are my fault. That one was totally my fault. So what else should I stick in this composition here for this? I've got this is my light armor that I'm producing right now. So there's 3 light armor, 1 field artillery medium. I've got infantry motorized in there, tank destroyers, I put the light recon motorized in there because that's actually fast.
Do you have access to the quartermaster support regiment?
Quartermaster. Is it just called quartermaster?
I think it's just called quartermaster.
Yes. What does this do for me?
It reduces supply consumption.
Well, that sounds perfect for tanks.
Yeah.
We're gonna build a bunch of those, I think.
And I think there might be a maintenance unit, which is good for tanks too. I don't remember exactly what it's called. I think I might have it on here though. Let me look. Field hospital.
Is it better to go with or without artillery?
Always. Well, let's see. What is the speed that you can drag an artillery piece for?
Well, here's the thing. So currently, as it stands, I added the quartermaster in there, like you suggested.
Mm-hmm.
Which the quartermaster moves at. Where's your speed?
Oh,
quartermaster moves at 6.
6. Is that the limiting factor on speed right now?
Well, if I add the artillery back in, that's 5. So I get pushed down to like 5 kilometers an hour with the artillery in there. This is the light armor that we're trying to put together.
What you can do is build it without artillery, and then there's a technology you can unlock for motorized artillery regiments that you can add in later. So you can keep it as it is now without the artillery in. Then when you unlock it, you can build individual regiments to add to those divisions to give them artillery support and not slow them down. Ben's RPing Italy. I am RPing Italy. You guys should know by now. I'm really into RPing whatever I'm playing. Somebody said this is 3 hours into Hearts of Iron 4, we would have conquered half the world. But I'm 3 provinces deep in Ethiopia.
Yeah.
Eat a bag a day.
Hey, Two Dog Night. God Brick and Russia, the Kievian vodka factory.
Top 3 worst of things I hate about Discovery. Well, generally the very anachronistic technology that happens there would have to be its own category. I mean, Klingons with cloaking technology didn't happen for like another 20 years after the events in Discovery. Quite frankly, I mean, so that's one big thing right there. I really don't like how the writing is set up in such a way that this is a common thing you find in a lot of television and movies that have been produced in like the last 20 years, which is really frustrating. Which is that our protagonists do make a bad choice of some kind, which causes a problem. They make further bad choice, which complicates the problem, and then they finally are able to solve the problem through like heart instead of like actually like thinking about the problem and fixing it
through
like,
Deus Ex Machina.
This is not they didn't fix it because they were smart people and were able to problem solve it. It's just all poorly constructed plot devices of their own making, and they get resolved because the hero characters are essentially Mary Sue's.
Because plot armor.
It's like, yeah. So, yeah. I mean, those are very broad things, and that's not something specifically in the second point. That's certainly something you see in a lot of television and movies, even earlier. But it's done in a way that it's very entertaining to watch. Discovery is not that.
So let's move a bunch of troops over towards these Yugoslavians because I feel like they're bad people. Was the bit goal 2,500? I don't remember what I put the bit goal at. It was somewhere around there though. It was somewhere around there. I honestly don't remember what I put it at.
I'm gonna put an SS Light Division in here.
SS troops support are pretty good to keep, if you make 1 or 2 corps of SS troops and just keep them distributed throughout the front, they're pretty good because SS has suppression, which keeps the rebels down, which means you get more supplies to the area.
Well, I was looking at the armor, where is it? I just had it. Armor light support. And I was looking at the stat line between that and the SS one.
Uh-huh.
And the SS one consumes like 3/5 the amount of fuel.
SS troops, they don't eat as many beans.
Now, they do need more officers, but officers I can train, I can't train oil. I gotta dig that out of the ground. So.
Oh, you mean you can't train some like oil-sniffing hogs to go find it like they're truffles? I think that's how that works. I think that's how that works.
Yeah, I'm gonna put machine gun support in these then, too, I think.
Machine gun support's good.
I think it is going to boost the soft attack on these pretty good. So 16 soft, 16 hard.
Ooh. Do you have access to the chemical battalions? You might need one more tech to actually build them.
I'm not seeing it.
All right, let's see. It's on here somewhere.
But no, I don't have any chemical things in here.
Let me look. I'll find it where it is in here. I think it might be under artillery.
Because the thing is, I want this armor template to move fast. Is the thing?
Yeah,
is what I want
speed is
and
extremely important.
The artillery is really slowing it down when I do that. So
my medicine tech is pre-1900, literally. Quartermaster support battalions. Where the fuck is that? I don't even know. Maybe I don't have access to chemical weapons. I'm bad and I feel bad. Oh god, I don't even know what a retractable undercarriage is for my planes. They all have fixed gears. Motherfucker.
Boom.
Motherfucker.
Yes, I know Kaizo. Yes, I forget her name. That's how fucking forgettable the character was. But, yeah, there's one scene where we have our hero go on with the chief of security down to like the captain's quarters where he's keeping like essentially a caged animal. And what's the security officer? And the idea is they're trying to figure out how to like kill this thing. That's what they're trying to do. They're researching it so they can figure out how to kill it. I think if I remember correctly, or no, they're trying to research it so they get its like properties for because they're fighting a war with the Klingons. But anyway, so the security officer's brilliant idea, chief of security, her brilliant idea is to lower the force field and let's shoot it and see if it dies. And sure enough, what happens? They lower the security field and it just like rips her up. Like
intelligence.
I can't even.
I don't see what's wrong with that situation, Bob. Come on.
It's
perfectly intelligent.
I can't even with you, Discovery.
Can you not simply reprocess Slavs into oil? I don't know.
It's not how that works.
I'll have to test it out. I could have sworn it's gotta be in here somewhere.
Yes, I will sell supplies for money in IC. Heck yeah.
That's a good one. Where the fuck?
Put some arty in there when you get SP arty, upgrade the arty. Well, it's light stuff, which is going to be meant, I think, more for like encircling things. Really is what it's going to be and hitting infantry divisions. When I start making like medium armor and heavy armor, we'll definitely be putting SPGs in there. I think is going to be the better way to go.
Chem research.
That one just I think we'll leave it as is for now.
Am I missing chem research? Someone said it's called chem research. I don't see where it is.
Technology.
Chemical baton. There it is. Advanced support. One of the
where?
It's under support, and then there's one that's called chemical battalion design. And then there's something under it says I have to have something. There's something in industry. Oh, you have to do advanced chemical research, which is in industry, and then that'll unlock chemical support battalions. That's in support. There it is. Does Ben Harry Potter? I read all the books. I'm not a fanatic, but I read all the books.
I have not.
And we got Universal here. Harry Potter Land is fun to go to. Have you finished up Kingdom Come yet?
I did finish it. That actually, the last episode of that aired like 4 or 5 days ago, I think, of that first playthrough I did. I'm thinking about doing another playthrough, but doing it as like a jerk. Like, you know how you see like, you'll see videos on YouTube, which is, like Shepard is a jerk, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I wanted to do a playthrough as Henry, but he's a brute jerk. But the thing is that Henry doesn't have a lot of dialogue options that are sarcastic, witty ones.
I feel like he's just that guy who just goes around going, "Yes, my lord."
Well, you're solving a lot of local problems. You're not, it's not galaxy problems, you know, like like in Mass Effect or anything. But I'm gonna feel it out a little bit first, I think, before I like commit to doing that. So.
Oh. Hey, Balthasar, thanks for the cheer. Attach and E to Slav, and you get workers you don't have to pay, so turn them into slaves? I mean, I'm not opposed to that.
I've got HEQ units here that just are not moving anywhere.
Some of them might have a speed of 0, so they're not allowed. Hey! I stole control pitch propellers from the British! That's like the first time I've ever stolen a useful technology! Fuck yeah!
Yeah, these guys haven't moved anywhere at all. I've got a lot of HQ units that are in the north that are...
Are they like the red ones with a lot of X's?
There's like the Kriegsmarine, we got some orange ones here, which are...
I think if you strategically redeploy, you might be able to move them.
I'm not going to worry about it. I'll just leave them there. Then we've got the... Oh, that's the Luftwaffe. He'll go and stay there.
I spell Luftwaffe.
And who is this? This is probably more Luftwaffe over here. Yes. Oh, this is Hitler.
Hitler, move your fucking ass!
How do you see teacher here deploy in 23 again?
Grab the unit. And then it's control right-click to bring up the contextual menu for it.
Here we go. Strategic redeployment, accept. There we go.
Has Bob watched any of the fan series like Star Trek Continues?
What's that? Nothing. Okay. My wife is here now.
Huzzah! Hey, Megan!
Hey. Why'd you come over here?
I heard her. Shoot, Bob, I heard her.
Just stop yelling at me. so she can hear you.
Ah, right, that works too.
Hello.
Run.
I'm literally Hitler.
Oh, well then.
And I'm literally Mussolini.
Welcome to the stream.
My chat would like to know if you're enjoying Black or Ice more than Black Ice.
Well, I always enjoy a Hoi 3 game over a Hoi 4 game when I'm playing with you because someone's holding my hand.
You could bounce ideas.
You know what the fuck's going on. As for like Black Ice versus Blacker Ice, we've only been playing for what 5 months and we haven't gone to war yet or anything. And haven't even organized my troops.
Fuck, haven't been to war. Fuck you, Bob. I'm balls deep in Abyssinia here, fighting for my very survival.
Well, I'm not, war.
This is
not some spaghetti eater from the south.
Greatest struggle known to Italian kind. First Punic War, Second Punic War, Third Punic War, all the fucking Gallic invasions. Fuck that shit. Italy and Mussolini and Abyssinia. That's where it's at. The greatest struggle known to mankind.
I believe you, but
I want to believe you, but
I mean, I don't have really an opinion yet. I know that the UI interfaces and stuff look cleaner.
It's a lot cleaner. A lot cleaner
than what Black Ice had. So I mean, I gotta play more of it to really give a good opinion on it first. You know, I didn't really like. I never like this. I never like situations where developers, whether it's a major publisher like Paradox or modders, that overcome AI, like poor AI decisions and choices by just
cheating,
roiding them up. You know, like that's. I don't ever find that to be good.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think it's a good design decision. And what really turned me off was when I saw Soviet divisions with 1,800% attack and defense values.
And it only gets worse from there.
Yeah, so, you know, I didn't like that about Black Ice. I really like the depth of Black Ice, that's for sure. Whether or not we will enjoy Blacker Ice more than Black Ice, we'll find out as the series progresses.
I've been enjoying it more just because it's not as crazy.
How do you combat dissent? That's consumer goods, right?
Yeah. If you just crank your consumer goods up a little bit, you make a little bit more toasters or shopping carts, and people like you more.
Yeah. What? Where are you looking at?
It was where you had your people, your head.
Give me 1 second. I need more consumer goods. So consumer goods will produce a little more just so that the number's ticking down. All right. So A bunch of people.
So,
Yeah, that dude.
Who's got the unibrow?
Hess?
Hess? Rudolph Hess?
Yeah.
Rudolph Hess has a unibrow, according to Megan.
maybe he did. Maybe that's why he fled Nazi Germany. They made fun of his unibrow.
The master race definitely doesn't have unibrows.
There was a dinner party, and Hitler was making fun of his unibrow, and he got upset and decided to defect to the United Kingdom.
I believe it.
Maybe that's why you don't make fun of people's unibrows.
Spanish Civil War. I'm sending my help. Service guarantees citizenship.
Ooh, ordering in the Bismarck. Yes, let's do that.
I want not biplanes.
Intervention in the Spanish Civil War. Let's see what happens here.
Oh,
it's just,
God.
I just literally click the button and that's it.
That's like Hearts of Iron 4 1.0 levels of border gore in Spain right now.
You guys battle.
We're not even fighting yet.
Hey, I'm fighting!
Well, yours doesn't count.
No, it really doesn't.
Rude.
No, it's okay. It really doesn't count.
I mean, you don't even look at it every much.
I forget it. It's so inconsequential. I forget about it often.
So detach all selected units from the unit hierarchy. Yes. Yeah. Everybody, be on your lonesome now. And there's so many just fucks in HQ units just here.
Oh yeah. This version also reduced a lot of those like superfluous units that pop in, so they don't go nuts. Because before it would, every few months it's like, hey, here's some weird units, here's some weird units, here's some weird units, here's some weird units that you'd have to go in and micromanage all the time. But it reduced the amounts of that happens. There's not so many units sitting around to micromanage.
What's my worst captain? Giorgio, easily from Discovery.
It just bums me out that Jason Isaacs was in that because I like Jason Isaacs. And is just moving troops around and happens to capture. Well, remember, I'm fighting the Ethiopians, who at this point in history were one step above a failed state. And they are still putting up a fight. I haven't beaten them yet. Mostly because of supply issues, which is why I just transported a ton of units out of the region, so they're not eating all my bullets or beans. Italians don't even know what food is. Have I watched The Death of Stalin? No, I've not.
God damn it.
I've watched Aliens though. Yeah, Aliens? Which one is he in?
Jason Isaacs?
No, he's in he's in Event Horizon.
As who?
Oh, he's one of the crew members in Event Horizon. He's the doctor.
That's Alien 3.
He's in Event Horizons too.
I don't remember him. I'm not saying you're wrong, I just don't remember him.
I just watched Event Horizon like a month ago, so emotional banana. Remember when invading Ethiopia to walk in single file line to hide the amounts of troops you have? Noted. I see nothing wrong with that.
Georgia, what'd she do? She watched over the travesty that is Michael Burnham, and Michael Burnham was a travesty of a character.
Oh my god. Also, why is her name Michael?
I don't have a problem with her name being Michael. That's not something I'm fussed by.
Starship Troopers. Starship Troopers is a phenomenal movie.
Yes, it is.
I could watch that. I could watch that movie every week and be happy. What level naval base do I have here?
A man of simple taste.
It's a great movie. Come on, you apes. Do you want to live forever?
Sure,
You know what to do! Yes, sir. Now I'm gonna cry about it because I'm a little whiny bitch.
Yes.
You've heard of aliens not getting ready for Italians. And we're just as terrifying. Equally as terrifying as aliens.